Hello there, and welcome to another episode of World of Tanks at Engani Titan. We're here in Kasserine Pass, standard battle, and I'm in the T-37 Tier 6 light tank in a Tier 9 battle. There's one other Tier 6 in the enemy team, and that's it. The rest are higher tiers than me. So Kasserine Pass was not a battlefield that I'm terribly familiar with. I've been on it a few times, mostly in heavy tanks or tank destroyers or medium tanks. A couple of games. And I've once, I think, gone east to the central ravine or whatever it is that runs up here through the middle of the map. So I've decided I'm going to go up the eastern side because I think there might be opportunities just for a light tank to spot stuff and see what it's like. If for no other reason, I've been once, I think, on the eastern side on the northern edge of the map in a medium tank, I think, and what I found was there wasn't a lot of cover. But also there wasn't a lot of enemy tanks. For some reason other people don't go on the eastern side of the ravine. So I've been travelling up through the ravine and I've come up in here to the high ground just in case there's something to be seen. And so far I haven't seen anything yet. Neither has the rest of my team though, and most of them are staying on the western side of the central ravine. Now we've spotted somebody and I'm going to just peek up here and see if I can just edge up over the edge of these rocks here and see if this guy's got company. He appears to have, but other people have spotted them rather than me. And then, as I'm sort of wondering what to do next, this AMX 1375 just cruises past me. Initially I thought, right, he's making some kind of a dash for artillery or something, so I thought about following him directly. But I thought if he stops there and waits me and dumps the clip into me, like, he's going to completely annihilate me. Now, I thought the route he was in actually drove down to the central ravine, but it turns out that it doesn't, and so I was coming around here. I was partly also responding to the signals from that other light tank, because I thought he was actually there with him. But the enemy tank is actually up on the higher ground, so I return back to where I was coming, and he's coming down to join us, because I reckon he is really making a run for the artillery. That's the initial plan, but he knows he has to kind of get rid of us as well. Now I've missed both of my shots there, and now there's two of us shooting at him, and then somebody shoots him from the higher ground, a tank destroyer, and that takes him out of the game. So far, no other enemy tank has popped up on the eastern side of the ravine actually, and I'm going to go back up again the way I came. One of our other light tanks is scouting up ahead, and the guy that was with me is travelling along on the lower ground. So I reckon I'll keep pace with the light tank and keep an eye on what's going on with the light tank in front of me, and be ready to pop in and assist either of them should anybody jump them. It would be a good plan. I don't think this map is the kind of cover suitable for passive scouting, so it's more of an active scouting or sniping position there. I thought I might have had a shot in some of those tanks crossing the open ground there, but it wasn't so. And I don't want to fall too far behind the other two light tanks. I don't want to get out of supporting range from them. I take a shot at the Jagdtiger, but it turns out that it doesn't have any real effect, and I don't really get a clean shot at him after that. And none of the other tanks are showing up. So I'm going to push forward again and catch up with the two other light tanks. Again, I don't want to be too far back. And then another enemy light tank pops up. He's going for the WZ-131. So again, I pop a few rounds at him. First one misses. That one misses. He's now going for the low ground where the other light tank is waiting for him. And I get a shot at him there. And we finish him off. So I'm going to back up there, let the AMX go forward, and we detect another IS-2 in front, and the AMX is going for it. So I said, right, I'm going to support him, because especially as the IS-2 seems to be on his own now, the first shot bounces, and the second shot bounces, and I reckon probably don't have the penetration to get through an IS-2. So I switch to the premium rounds, and I start circling him, and now he's being circled by two light tanks. So he doesn't know which way to turn really. He's prioritising the AMX. He probably should have prioritised me. The autoloader would eventually run out of rounds in the clip and need to go away and reload, whereas I don't. The charioteer or whatever was behind was taken out as well by someone. So now we're heading back. There's not many enemy tanks left, but one of them is a Type 4 heavy. This is going to be a bit more challenging and will definitely require the premium rounds. So I bounced the first one and the gun is swinging in my direction, so I decided, right, I'm not hanging around, I'll just keep going. We'll go all the way around. And there's an E75 on this side. Now I managed to track the E75, but I take a hit from the E75, so I keep going. And the E75 has been taken out of it. So, Type 4 heavy, put one there, track him again, go for another tracking shot, because I just feel it is more useful to keep him in place. There's enough tanks here to take him out, as long as we don't get in each other's way too much. So we get rid of him, and that's the end of him. So that's not so bad. 9 damaging rounds, 9 tracking rounds, 4 assisted. Over 3,000 assisted damage, nearly 1,000 regular damage, and a first class mastery, which is pretty good. A lot of that assisted damage is actually from tracking. And what's interesting here is that the first 3 tanks on our team by experience are actually the lowest tier tanks. They're all light tanks. So don't let anyone ever get you to believe that just because you're in a bottom tier tank or in a light tank that you can't contribute to your team's victory. If nothing else, try for tracking shots. You can always contribute by doing tracking shots. And by doing spotting and assistance damage contributes mightily to your team's victory. And as you can see the evidence of it there in this game. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you again soon.